Sweetwater Stitcher, and I'm back with episode number, I think it's 15, but of course I didn't check before I pushed the play button. And today is Thursday, June 23rd. I am excited to be back with you guys this week. I was glad to take a break. Last week I did miss filming, and I kind of, when I went to start filming today, felt like just 1 week off that I have lost my organization. So I tried to get organized before I started the video so that I'd be able to get through this quickly. I do have a lot of stuff, so I will warn you, I think this video might be a little bit long, but I have lots of good information and lots of fun stuff to show you guys. I wanted to give a little update. Well, first, let me back up. First, I want to say thank you to all of my previous subscribers and new subscribers. I did wake up this morning and I was checking something and I saw that I have hit 5,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much. And I have a special giveaway at the end. And then, since we do have a lot of new people, I wanted to do a little reintroduction of myself. You can always go back to start from the beginning of the videos and watch through, but if you're just starting now, my name is Jessica Provost. I am married and I have 3 small children. I have, my son is 4.5, he'll be 5 in August, Parker. I have 2 other daughters. My middle daughter is 3, her name's Kennedy, and my youngest daughter is Madison, and she is 1. So they keep me very busy, and I do get a lot of stitching done purely because it is my relaxation and it is my way to decompress. So a lot of people say, you get a lot of stuff done. Well, I must have a lot of decompression I need. So I really enjoy cross stitching. I only started cross stitching about 3 years ago. It was right after my middle daughter was born. I was quilting, and then it just wasn't feasible to go to my sewing machine all the time. And so I would, I picked up cross stitch through Kimberly at Fat Quarter Shop. And then I started watching Priscilla and Chelsea and following them. And then it just snowballed, which everyone always says, you just go down the rabbit hole and you never come out, which I have not yet come out of the rabbit hole. And I feel like I keep getting deeper, but I'm loving every minute. I love how my style has changed and my taste have changed, and I feel like it's broadening to other venues and other types of things. So I'm really enjoying just cross stitching and stuff like that. So I am also still doing some quilting. I just don't have as much time to do that, but I still like sewing, and I like using the sewing aspect in my cross stitch finishing. So you'll see I do like to make pillows, and I do have a tutorial on that, and I will be doing more tutorials, but I'm finding just this summer, my kids being home all the time and there's not even a small break, that it's really hard to get the videos filmed. So I'm going to try to do whatever I can this summer, and then whatever doesn't get done, then I'll start working on some of those in the fall when everybody's back at school and we're back on a schedule. We're just not on any schedule right now, so it's just been a little bit hard. So all of that being said, thank you for being here. I have a fun giveaway at the end, and I have lots to share. So just kind of a outline of how it's gonna go today is I have my whips to show. I have a few things at the beginning. I have my whips, and then I have my haul, and I have it's just a stitch along that I am going to be participating in. I'm not hosting it, that I just decided to do yesterday. And then I'm going to go through what my plans are for Jolly July. And I am also going to, at the end, it's either going to be at the end of this video or I'll have a separate video. It'll depend on the length. because if it's too long, it will take forever to upload. But I am gonna show the button tutorial, like how to do a covered button. And also I was going to try to move the camera so I could show how to do the sewing method in a hoop. And you'll see one of my projects, it's still in the hoop because that's what I was gonna show, how to do the sewing method. So that will either be at the end of the video or it'll be a separate video and maybe have some other or kind of random things with it that people have asked for that are quick that I can show. And then, and this kind of goes into plans, I am still planning to do a whip parade, but again, the filming and the having quiet time to film, it just really hasn't happened. So it is coming and I will get that done, but it just hasn't happened yet. So let me go ahead and show you my finishes from this past week. All right, so my first finish is this beautiful little paddle. This paddle is from Chantel's at 141 Design Company, and it comes with the white piece, or well, it's all unfinished. And I showed this last week, and it has two little pieces. If you can see that you glue there. And then I finished, this is one of the stamps from Primrose Cottage, and I believe it's called Established 1776. And it, I did not put the border on it to fit on the paddle. And then I just stuck some greens in here. And all of this, someone was asking me about my painting, and I'm more than happy to give a tutorial, but all I did for this blue is I just spray painted it, and then you can kind of see I distressed the edges so that it looks a little bit vintagey, but I didn't even use chalk paint. And I spray painted this white piece as well, and this is just some of the housewives stripes. And then this was partially finished by Chantel. She did a painted flag, and I wanted to distress mine. So she painted them all for me, and then she mailed it to me without gluing it so I could distress. And I just did some distressing on the edges, and I glued it. And then I also did, I don't know if you can see, some distressing on the flag to kind of make it look a little more muted and more kind of like jean, and then glued it all together. So this and my paddle both sit on my front table. And then this is a partial finish. So I had already stitched, this is the July calendar crate. I already stitched this last year, but I had it on the calendar crate display that the house, Priscilla and Chelsea had used. But I ended up taking that down because I wanted to put something else up. And in November, I stopped stitching them because I got busy. So I only have July through November done. So this year will hopefully be able to get the rest of them done, but I also wanted to have these as a different display. So I mounted it. This is the black and white is the board that 141 Design Company sells for the carrot cake finish, and it comes with the bowl and carrot. But all I did was I just put this on here and put a little bow up at the top, and I think that looks really cute. And so all of that sits on my front entry table. And then going along with the 141 Design backers, I just wanted to show, I posted this on Instagram, but this is one of the giveaways. It's unfinished, but I did for and these are supposed to be glued on as the border. I haven't glued them on yet because I'm not sure what size my piece is gonna be at the top, but I decoupaged Chelsea's checks on the back of the whole thing. I painted this bottom, somehow there's glitter, the bottom part blue, and then my star red, and that'll either go here or at the top. And my frame part that's gonna be glued on, I painted white. So if I do put the frame on, it will be white like this, or I might have nothing. It depends on what size my piece is that's gonna go up here. and I'm still working on a piece to put on there. And then this is the fireworks stand. And I did on here, I spray painted this white. I painted with chalk paint, red and white. And I didn't put blue simply because I didn't have any blue when I wanted to get it done. So I painted it, and then if you can see, I distressed it. So it didn't really even matter how close I got, because I just kind of distressed that off and I thought that looked good. And then this I went in with a couple different of the chalk paints and just kind of lightly brushed them on, and then just to get to the effect that I wanted it to look like. So I am going to put, and I'll show you my whips. I have Firework Kisses from Primrose Cottage. I am going to put that on here. I just need to finish stitching it. So I really like this piece a lot. And I think she mentioned too, this can be used for a fireworks stand, or since I just painted it red and white, it could be used for Valentine's Day, like a kissing booth. And you could always put another piece up here, like maybe a sign that says fireworks stand or kissing booth, if you found something somewhere and you wanted to add that also. So those were just a couple pieces that I had painted. And then to my whips, my first whip, and this is in my Michelle Lee bag, which I've shown before. I love this bag so much, is Things Unseen by Lizzie Kate. And this is a mystery 3-part series. The mystery part is over. This is the full design. You do have to buy all 3 parts, and they are available on 123 Stitch. And I had already started this, but I ended up deciding I wanted to change my fabric and floss. So I am stitching it now on 32 count vellum by Picture This Plus, and I'll show you the colors. And I'm stitching it with Jen and Sarah, and they're at Stitchy Friends on Instagram and on YouTube. And then also their friend Alexis, who's Alexis_MyAmazingWorld on Instagram. They have a SAL going, which is why I picked it back up. And it is #ThingsUnseenSal. So here's the design a little closer. And this is my progress. I only have a little bit up at the top, and I did decide to start up at the top this time. I had started previously on the flowers, and I don't know, I just decided to start up there. I think it was because my fabric isn't that much larger than it needs to be, so I wanted to make sure I had enough room. But these are the colors. I just kind of have them all together. So they use more purples, and I'm going to use like red and pinks. And then I'm gonna make my house 926 because I like that color. It's a DMC 926. So that is my Things Unseen. And I want to get some more of that done. Oh, hold on. Sorry. I don't want to lose anything. All right, the next, this is Fireworks Kisses, and this is on 14 count oatmeal by Lori Holt. And this is my progress. And I don't have a picture, I only have the chart. So I love that. And then this is my next whip, which this is in, I forgot to show this. I have this one and I don't know where my other one is. This is bag from Creative Country Girl, Tammy Blaylock, and I love these bags. This is the small one. And I also have the Blackbird one, but I don't know where it is. And this is my next whip. This is the one I'm gonna show how to stitch in hand. This is called Americana Sailboat Sampler by Artful Offerings. And I love this also. And it was a kit from Treehouse Fiber Arts, and Rachel does amazing kits, and she is partnered up with Legacy Fiber Art Sue, who dyes fabric. And so she will take Sue's fabric and pair it with charts, with the floss, and she has only a limited amount of kit, like different charts. She doesn't have all the charts possible, but the ones she has, they're kitted amazing, and the fabric is awesome. This is quickly becoming my favorite fabric to stitch on. And this is 36 count, I think. And I don't remember if it's New England. I feel like it's the New England one. And she has another gray one called Nor'easter, I believe. But this is my progress so far. And it's in the hoop, like I said, because I'm going to be showing it in hand. But this is my progress so far. And you can kind of see some of the modeling. It's really pretty. It's definitely more blue to me than gray, but it's like a blue gray. So it's not like a stark blue, but it's really pretty. And one of the reasons I don't know who I was telling this to. One of the reasons I wanted to, one, I liked the chart, and two, I have wanted to try this color fabric. So instead of buying a whole piece for whatever project I might need it for, I decided to get the kit, try it, because I knew it would match because Rachel put it together and she does a really great job. And then I could see what the color looked like, because I'm sure, and many people have said this to me as well, the color on the computer and the color that you get, and not that it's a bad thing, but a lot of times it's not the same and it's hard to tell on the computer. And I actually got a piece from someone, and it's not any of their fault, but the color, what it looked like on the computer is not what the piece looked like that I got. And it simply is just from the, like, photographing the linen. So to me, it's much easier to buy linen or Aida if you, especially the hand dyed, if you're in the store and you can see it. So I would highly recommend, if you're able to get to a store that has it, to go that route so that you are getting the color that you know. Unless you've seen someone else stitch the same piece on that color, or it's the called for, then I feel like you're safe that way. But if you're changing, I would try to get in person. So my next project is in one of the lovely portfolios from Tiger Lily Designs. So awesome. And I purchased the one that has the double zipper, because I don't use bobbin, so I like the double zipper. And I actually have two projects, and I have been in a mood to stitch blue, so I have the blue one and I put blue projects in here. So the first project is, and this is on 28 count Salt Rock by Color and Cotton, is I decided to pick up Owlsmoor Cottage, in which this is by Rosewood Manor. It's the same person who makes A Tisket a Tasket, which I am participating in that SAL. I chose my own colors, which were the colors from this pattern, to stitch the other pattern. I started it and I do not know how I feel about it. So it's in timeout for a little bit. I just have not really been in the mood to go back to it. I'm kind of thinking if I pick it up again, I'm going to maybe get the called for colors and do a different color fabric. I kept wanting to make myself like what I chose, and I just didn't like it. So I just decided to put it down and I'll come back to it. I think it's a beautiful pattern and I would like to stitch it, but I don't know, something about it I just couldn't get over. I didn't like what I picked. So I already had this pattern and I had this fabric and I wanted to stitch this. So I went ahead and started. I just have a small start up at the corner. But I love these colors, and so I just said, I'm gonna start stitching this because these are the colors that I wanted to stitch, and then we'll go from there. And then I don't think I have much on this. I was in a blue mood because, no, I don't. I saw the new release, or it was a retreat piece from Plum Street Samplers, and I want to say it's called Live On Little. It's the house, with the ocean, and it's so pretty, and it's blue and nautical. So it got me in a nautical stitching blue mood. So I was like, what do I have that's blue that I can go stitch? So that's how that all happened. And then my next whip is I decided to start Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut, and I love this pattern as well so much. A lot of these I know are really big, and I'm not planning on getting them done anytime soon, but I just love them, and I wanted to start them and put them in my rotation. And this is in another Michelle Lee Quilts bag. This is somebody, I think they said that it was Minnikin Simpson fabric, but it's so pretty. And this is on, let me get that. This is a Legacy Fiber Art. This is called Covered Bridge, 36 count. And maybe I showed this last time. I don't remember now. But this is where I am, and how you can see the modeling really good. So I was able to kind of finish up some of the flowers and then get in a little bit of the border here. So it is taking a little bit of time because it is 36 count, and I normally only go as high as 32. However, on this, because it's so big, and I have a few others that are larger pieces, I decided to see if I could try to stitch on 36 count so that my end result isn't ginormous. So I'm trying, and I like it. I'm doing good. I did go to the eye doctor to get some new glasses too to help while I'm stitching. But I also have found that if I'm stitching on the 36 count, I really need to stitch during the day, and then the 28 and even 32 isn't as hard in my opinion. I can do that more at night, but the 36, I feel like I really need to stitch in the daylight because it is still a little bit hard. All right. Then I already started, and I feel like in the past 2 weeks, I've had a lot of, I don't like those colors. Let me restart it, or let me rethink what I'm doing. So I had started Fox and Rabbit Friends and Family, which this is a paid pattern, but it was their 2020 mystery pattern. I think it's so pretty. And I was doing it in the blue silks, which I love. However, my fabric was 28 count, and it barely was gonna fit on the fabric. And I was like, I feel like I need a bigger piece of fabric or higher count or something. So in the meantime, and I saw this prior to seeing everybody at StitchCon oohing and awing over it, and I'm looking at my notes so I get it right. Jennifer from dreaming_of_the_Northwoods on Instagram stitched this in pinks and blues and greens, and it was gorgeous. And I saw it when I was looking up the hashtag friends and family, which I like to look up the hashtag of the patterns I'm about to stitch before I stitch them to see what other people have done. Sometimes I like to do the same thing. Sometimes I like to check so that it's different. But searching the hashtag of what you're going to stitch is a great idea to give you ideas. So I had already seen it, but I had already started, and I'm like, I'm not restarting this. Although all I had done was just this little motif. Well, then after seeing so many people posting pictures, because she went to StitchCon at Weekend A, she had it on display, and I kept seeing it over and over and over, and I was like, I'm just gonna restart this. I had a large enough piece of 32 count white, and which I think she stitched it on cream, that I like the, I have white, so I went ahead and did that. I decided to start it over. So this is my small start, which I had already finished this motif before, but it's not I was not that far. So I did leave a little bit extra room. And then these are the colors. They're all DMC. And they are so pretty. Now, I have no idea where I'm going to put this. Maybe in my craft room, but it's gorgeous. So these are the colors. It's so pretty. And I have a picture of her design, and I'm just going motif by motif and putting the colors in that she put in because it's so pretty. So I do that a lot too. I take screenshots of people's projects that I like. Sometimes if I ask, they will respond and tell me what they did. Sometimes if they haven't responded, no big deal. I just go off of the picture and kind of guess what fabric they used or find something close to it. But most of the time people will respond and tell you, I have the notes here, or if they don't have it written down, they'll just show you. So if you ever have a question about projects, reach out to the person who did it. And a lot of times they'll respond to you, most of the time. So my next project is the ES Spot Motif Sampler. And this is from 1884 Stitchery.com. She has the rights to sell this. It is a PDF. Excuse my... I bought a machine to bind them because I have a lot of PDFs, like booklets. So I was trying to figure out how to do this, and it went wrong over here. But I didn't really get much farther than the picture I posted on Instagram. And let me put this book. Was able to get the whole border. It did match. I do have like one extra stitch in here, but it matched up. I don't think it's gonna have any issues. So I have the whole border, and then I have the flowers up here, which the borders of these samplers are honestly what is selling me on the samplers. Another one that's in the mail coming that I'll show you guys next week that I'm sure many of you have seen. It's a Hands Across the Sea. The border is what sold me on the sampler, and I am determined to do it. It's quite large, but it's so pretty, and the border is so pretty. The flowers, so the borders are what is getting me. All right, and then this is my last one, and let me get it out. I have seen this this pattern before. I loved it, how it was. But then what really sold me, this is Always Remember by Plum Street Samplers, and they have it all in red here. What really sold me is I was watching Annie B's folk art YouTube, and she has her daughters, Belle and Chelsea, on there with her. And Chelsea was stitching this in memory of her dad because he loved bald eagles. And then she decided to change the colors, which then made me want to stitch it even more because it's blue and yellow, which it's funny because, and I don't even think I told her this, but because I was messaging her for the colors, but she's doing it yellow because that was the color of her childhood home. Well, the house I moved into almost 2 years ago now that we live in, now it's a 2-story yellow house. So I was like, well, I need to stitch it because it's yellow and that's the color of my house right now. So she changed the house to yellow and she changed the flowers to blue. And I do not have nearly as much done as she does. Go and check them out at Annie B's Folk Art, and she has tons more done. She's also on Instagram at Stitching.ren, R-E-N, but you can see. And my colors are close to hers. I was at the store and I was trying to pick, and I had messaged her and she hadn't responded before I left. So I just picked something close to hers, but this is what mine is. And these actually, this is part of my haul. I bought these after watching Kia B. These are library cards just from Amazon. And these are the other colors. These are, I bought a 500 pack of these cards for less than the price of one of the packs of the Lori Holt cards. And I love Lori Holt. I love her library cards, but that just left me a lot of money to buy other things. So if you like the library card idea, that's another idea, is to go on to Amazon, and I'll just go ahead and show you right now what they are. This is a 500 pack of cards, which is way many more cards than I need. But I will never need to buy library cards again. I think this pack was like $11 for 500 cards. And I just bought the cards. They did have an option to buy the card and the little envelope in the back, which is how the Lori Holt ones come. But this is a great option if you like that look or that idea, but you don't want to pay, or you want to use your money for other things like other patterns, which was what my thought was. I said, it's my other free money. So that's all my whips. And then I'll go ahead and go into haul. So the first thing was that. And then I found this designer through following the StitchCon hashtag, which was hashtag StitchCon 2022. I did not go, but I did wish the whole time that I was there, because there were so many people I wanted to see. But I am planning to get on the wait list, or get on the list for next year. I'm stalking the page because I want to go so bad. But I found this designer. This is Screen Door Needleworks. And I think that she's new, but I'm not 100% sure. And I bought this pattern. This was a PDF. And also I bought this one. And I bought this pattern because I saw, they have a Texas one too. And I saw her, she wrote something that she is trying to, or she's planning to do all the states. But someone who did the Texas pattern, they turned it into a table mat for retreats. So I want to stitch this and then make it into a table mat to put out on my table at retreats. And I am obviously from Florida, so that's why I liked that one. So that is two things. Then I didn't bring it in here, I bought a bunch of fabric. Some of it was what colors I knew I liked, and then some I was just trying to try some other colors out. From Pumpkin Creek Primitives, her shipping was so fast, so I highly recommend that. I ordered fabric on Sunday and it was at my house on Wednesday. Then Hobby House Needleworks, they had a really good selection of all kinds of fabrics. I've been finding that it's hard to find a variety of selection, like just different dyers. So Hobby House had a lot of variety, and they didn't necessarily, not all of them were in stock, but they had a lot to choose from, and then you could be notified when it came back in stock. So I would check both of those out. It's not here yet. I ordered some fiber on a whim from Fat Quarter Shop to try just like some different affogato, because I saw some people stitching on that. And then I forget what other colors. They were kind of like brownie or tan modeled pieces. So I'm waiting for that stuff to come in. And I ordered fabric because I have, and I'll show you in a minute, my patterns for Jolly July, but I don't have the fabric for them. So I needed to get fabric to put with my patterns to work on my Christmas stuff. All right, the rest of my haul is I got this. This is from So Much to Love. This was her, I think it was August 2021 bag. Again, I was telling you I was in a mood for blue, so she had this one available, and I got this to put a blue project in. I think I have a Plum Street that's exclusive to Fox and Rabbit. I'm going to put that in here. And I will talk about when I'm going to start that in a minute. So that was one thing. Then my next was found this, Scattered Seed Samplers. This was on Etsy. This is a pin keep club, and I joined that club. I think there's like 3 or 4 of them you get, and you get the whole kit. So it comes with fabric, floss, the finishing piece for the whole entire thing. And I thought it was really pretty. Again, with the blues. I don't know what I love blue, but I just was in the mood to buy blue, stitch blue. So I had also ordered this. This is the silk pack from Little House Needleworks, and then has the Belle Soie in it. And I love Belle Soie. And then this was from Chantel at 141 Design Company. She has a select few of the Housewives charts, and with the charts, she also makes the floss style that goes with it. So this one has the names, and then it also has the like something to symbolize. So like the strawberry one, she had a strawberry in the middle. I think she did one for the patriotic that had like a flag or a star, but this is, I haven't decided if I'm doing this for Jolly July, but I think I might add this in with my mix. I'll have to see. And then again, back to the blue. I don't even know how I found this. This is from Stitches Through the Years, A Beautiful Garden. But I thought that the border, again, the borders with the blue flowers was so pretty. And this is the title again. So I got that all kitted up. I didn't start it, but I got it all together. And I did pick a few of my own colors because some of the, actually in the flowers, the DMC was like a bluish gray. So it wasn't necessarily blue. So I think I did get some, I picked some Weeks Dye Works that were blue. And then this is my last piece of haul for this week, was this chart. And this is called Pattern Sampler by Candle and Needle, and it's on Etsy, and it's a very inexpensive chart. Oops, sorry. It's a PDF download. And I got this to stitch along with Susan Aki, who on Instagram is YardGirl60, and Wendy Sheppard, who is Ivory_Spring. I already had this pack, which is Susan Aki's Rosa Rubino Artful box, and I had been wanting to buy Wendy's, which is just called Indigo, and they posted that they, the two of them have a SAL ongoing, and I think they picked new patterns, and the hashtag is hashtag Wendy and Susan SAL. And so in this pattern, and you can go to Susan and Wendy, they both started it. They are starting up here, and Susan is solely using the Rosa Rubino pack, and then Wendy is mixing this pack and her indigo pack. And they're just picking their own colors. Susan did mention that she is going to be like, each motif or each box uses 2 colors. So like she's gonna use 2 colors here, 2 colors here, and so on. And then these 2 colors that she pairs together, she's going to put them with a different motif. But she's gonna keep her pairs of colors together. And then I do not know what Wendy's doing. I didn't read any further on her, if she wrote anything. But hers has all the red and the blue and the pinks. So I ordered the other one. I am going to do it with those. But also Lori, who is Island Time Quilting, is also stitching along with this. So she said, let's do it. And I said, okay. So I am going to stitch it on 25 count Cloud Lugana, which I already had a big pack of this from, I don't know why I had it, but it was in my thing. So I put it in this red bag from Fat Quarter Shop so I would know, because of the Rosa Rubino is red. But Lori said, which I think she's already stitched more than the morning and night, because she said she was at home with her leg up because she had hurt herself, but she said that she's going to start her day with stitching this and end her day. So I thought that was a great idea, even if you just started your day. Just like Lori Holt, she does a lot of, in her red samplers, she does one thread a day, or one piece skein of thread a day. And then as you just do one each day, it slowly adds up. All right, I did also receive some happy mail. I received a really pretty card from Debbie. And it was a nice little note. And then she had this cute little tag on the back that she made it. So I really appreciate the cards. It's not necessary at all, but I do really appreciate them. And I don't know if you can see my Lori Holt box. I do keep all of the cards in there that you guys send. So I really do appreciate getting mail, getting the cards. So thank you so much to Debbie for that. And then this came with my pattern key or project keeper from Carrie with Tiger Lily Designs. Isn't that so pretty? This is a card she made with, this was a painting that her mom did, and she turned it into a card, and she sends a personalized card with each of her orders, which I think is a really nice touch. So that was really sweet. And then I received a email from Kathy, who she had won a giveaway. She's a follower, and she wanted to send some patterns to either me to keep or give away. So these were just a couple of the patterns that she sent that will be in future giveaways. This is Mr. Marshmallow, Redbird Sampler, and I think I already have this one. I can't remember. I need to check because I am kind of getting in a mood to stitch some red samplers. Resting Stitch Face, which is so cute. This is from Silver Creek Samplers, and she, what is her name? From Silver Creek Samplers, Diane. She was just on with Kimberly at Fat Quarter Shop. So if you haven't already watched her live stream, she goes through most all of her patterns, talks about why she made them, and it's so, it was very inspirational. And then she also sent this one in Friendship's Way, which I have been wanting to buy this, and I have kept putting it off because I really wanted to stitch, I don't even know which one of the ones that's in here, which all of them are so pretty. So thank you so much, because I've been wanting to buy this. This is School Girl Sampler by the Scarlet House, which I love the Scarlet House. And then this was from somebody else, and it wasn't from Kathy, but I found it in my box, and I was looking this morning for a red sampler, so I think I'm going to stitch this one at some point soon. So that was the Happy Mail. Thank you guys so much, and I have been able, from the donations and from my stash and from Primrose Cottage, I've been able to put some really good giveaways away or together for you guys at the end. So let me go ahead and I'm going to announce the giveaways from last week, do the giveaways for this video, and then I'll go over my Jolly July plans in case you're not interested in what I'm going to potentially stitch. So let me go ahead and pause here, do the giveaways, and then I'll go over my Jolly July. So the giveaways from last week, and someone had also asked about this, and I wanted to just let you know, excuse me, how I do my giveaways is I use the random comment generator. I put the YouTube link in, and then I put in 1, 2, 3, whatever the number is, and then I just hit the select button and it picks the person. So I'm not doing anything myself. It's all through the computer. That's why it's really important to write the number, or type the number 1, 2, 3, like the numerical number, because that's what I'm searching for. I'm also searching only in the video that I have posted the question and the giveaway. So make sure that when you're answering, that's how you're answering and what you're answering if you're interested. So this is from last week. Number 1, it was the bee framelit. And the winner is Diane Hendricks. Congratulations. Number 2 was the flower framelit, and this is Sandy King. Number 4 was the star framelit, and that was Pat Weigers, or I think Pat Weigers, Wigger. And then number 4 was the beautiful book by Teresa Kogut, and that was Carla LaPlante, Carla with a K. And then number 5 was the pattern from the French Giraffe, and that was to Sandy Rakow. So if you are a winner, I will have below my email address. Email me what you won and your address. And then Sandy, if you'll just send me the email and remind me that you won the PDF, and I will send your email to the French Giraffe, and she will send you the PDF of the Liberty Beach sampler, which I'm hoping to also start that sometime as well. I think it's a really cute chart. And then because it's crazy, forgot to reach out to her. She generously said she would donate a pattern each week. I forgot to reach out to her this week, so I will do it for next week. And then we'll have another PDF giveaway for next week. But, and also with the French Giraffe, I forgot to mention this last week too. Go to her Instagram, and she has a link to sign up for her newsletter. And in her newsletter, or her free pattern, I forget which one it is now, you can sign up and she will email you once a month a freebie that she offers. It's offered only through there for that month, and then once the month is over, it goes as a paid pattern in her Etsy shop. So if you are interested in getting some small patterns, very cute, she has them on, if you go to her Instagram, the French Giraffe. She also has Etsy, and that's where you can purchase them. And I'll link that stuff below. But she wanted to make sure that people know about the freebies as well. So thank you so much for the donation and for all of that. So let me go ahead and do the giveaways for this week. Since we reached 5,000 subscribers, I quickly scrounged around and found 5 giveaways to do. So what I have is I have 5 bags. Each bag is different, and I'll show you the bag. I'm not going to show what's inside of it, but what's inside of it is patterns. Some of them have fabrics, some of them have kits. It's full of a bunch of stuff. And I am also going to make something handmade that's going to go in the bag as well. So the bags will just have numbers, and each of them kind of have a theme. So in case you're interested in some type of a pattern, I tried to stick to having each pattern have a theme. So let me back up. The first thing about the giveaway, you have to be a subscriber, like the video, comment below. And for the comment, you need to tell me if you are planning to stitch Christmas in July, for either Jolly July, which is what Fat Quarter Shop calls it, or if you're just planning to stitch and just call it Christmas in July. No matter what you're doing, whether you're following a certain pattern or you're just stitching whatever you want, Christmassy, but are you stitching Christmas in July? That's my question. And then if you want to, and you already know, you can put in your comment also what you're stitching, and that will give viewers, if you want to go back and look at the comments, that will give people some ideas of what other people are stitching and maybe what they might want to stitch. So that's the question to answer. And then you're going to use the number 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. And if you want to be entered for all of them, you have to put all 5 of the numbers. So number 1 is in this bag, and this is a Bee in the Bonnet, Stitching is My Cardio bag. And inside this bag has kind of like everyday patterns. So there's no specific holiday. So this is number 1. Sorry. Number 2 is going to be this bag, and this bag is by So Much to Love. And in this bag is Christmas and winter stitching and items. So this is number 2. Number 3 is this bag, and I don't want to show the front because it's a clear vinyl on the front. This bag is from Lake House Stitch Co. And this bag has spring, Valentine's Day, and kind of like Eastery things. And then this bag is made by me. And this bag has inside summery, and there's a couple patriotic, I think. So this is like kind of summer patriotic bag. So this is number 4. And number 5 is another bag made by me. And this bag has Halloween and fall. So this is number 5. Excuse me. So let me just go through it one more time. So number 1 is this bag with everyday. Number 2 is winter in this bag and Christmas. Number 3 is in this bag. And I'll just show. This is like spring and summer. I'm sorry, spring and Easter, Valentine's Day. This is number 4, summer patriotic. And number 5 is fall and Halloween. So again, to enter the giveaway, be a subscriber, like the video, comment if you're participating in Christmas in July, Jolly July stitching, and if you are, what you're stitching if you already know. So that's the giveaways. So if you are not interested in what I am stitching for Jolly July, then I will see you next week. If you are, I'm going to go ahead and just talk about that right now, and we'll go from there. So potentially I'm stitching Joy to the World. I will probably do it on 27 count Linda with the called for colors. I have not decided if I'm going to do this or not yet, because I have a couple others that I really, really want to do. This one is also, I'm not 100% sure. This is not a Christmas pattern per se, but I kind of feel like it is a little bit. That's why I picked it up, because I feel like these look like Christmas trees. So you can make your own rules. This is All Joys for Thine by Blackbird Designs. I am going to probably brighten the colors up, do it on a light color fabric. So I'm not 100% that I'm going to work on this, but this one is also a contender. And then this is another that I'm not 100%, but I might start it. Merry Friends by Plum Street Samplers. So cute. And it's so little, so I think I'll at least start that one. And then these ones have a bag, have everything except for the fabric, which I'm waiting on. And this one is one I have been wanting to do. Noel Sampler. I am going to use all of the called for colors, and I am going to be doing this on, I want to say, Bramble by Picture This Plus. I have a fabric ordered, but I don't remember what I ordered. I feel like it's Bramble with the called for colors, and this just in the bag. This is the colors. And I have it in a Dot Dot Goose bag, the Vintage Christmas Ladies. So that is a for sure project I'm working on. Then These are also for sure at least starting. They're in another case from Tiger Lily. So I have 2 projects because I have this. The first one, and this one I am doing on Bramble. This is from Teresa Kogut's Patreon. And I believe that this was released in one of her books at Market. So I'm doing this with, I think it's the called for colors. And that one, I just want to start. If I don't get, oh yeah, here's my fabric, Bramble. If I don't get a lot done on that, then I'm okay with that. The Noel sampler, I want to work on that one a lot. And then I also got this one from Not Forgotten Farms. This is called Basket of Cheer. And in the pattern, they use orange, and I changed it to a dark red and a light red. So I did make that change, but other than that, I'm using the called for, and I don't remember what fabric I ordered for that one. So that's 2 others. And then this one, which I saw, I feel like someone else stitched this, but I saw Lori Holt stitch this and I love it. It is called Christmas Fruit Basket by Threadwork Primitives. And I'm using the called for colors, and I'm stitching it on Vintage Smoky White. So I think that's so pretty, and I'll probably make it into a pillow. And then this last one is the one I am most excited about. And I don't even know why I'm so excited about it, but I cannot wait for July to get here to start this. And I put it in my bag from Christy at Crosshatch Quilts that I was able to get. I showed this a couple of videos ago. And I'm stitching it on Vintage Smoky White. And this is Jenny Bean's Christmas Sampler. And Lori Holt stitched this. That's where I first saw it. And then since then, I've seen a couple other people stitching it. I love it so much. And I did convert, and I feel like I just converted it based on what I saw, to Weeks Dye Works. And this was all colors that I had myself. I went off of Lori's picture, and then I just picked colors. But because she did brighten her reds up a little bit. But these are the colors, and I am so excited to stitch this. The red isn't showing. This is Holly Berry, which is Gentle Arts, but so pretty, and I'm really excited to stitch this. So this one, this is from Shakespeare's Peddler. You can get this as a PDF on her website. This pattern and the Noel sampler are the ones that I really want to focus on. So my tentative plan, which I will let you know next week because that will be the week before of what I'm doing, is my plan is to pick one of these patterns, and I have like 4 or 5 patterns, and I don't really want to add anything else to it because I want to try to really focus on them. So my plan is to pick one of the patterns each week, and that is the pattern that I'm going to work on the whole week. And I'm not going, and this is, I'm pretty sure this is what I'm going to do. That's why I'm not saying definite, but my plan is to only work on that pattern during the week. I might have like some smalls that I might also like give myself the option to work on, but I really want to try to monogamously stitch on one thing for a whole week and see how much I can get done. Because like the Noel sampler, I really want to get that done. I really want to get the Jenny Bean Christmas sampler done. And I feel like if I put in a dedicated week, that I can get a big chunk of it finished. And then if I continue on into August, I can finish it fully. or I can save it until November, or if I want to pick it up here and there, and then I don't have like a ton more to do. I've never done this before, but similar to this is how Carol from the Saltbox Stitcher was doing her Mania. However, I believe her projects she was picking were already starts, so they were her whips, and these are all new starts. So it is exciting to get to work on them, to where I feel like it would keep my interest and the fact that I really want to work on them. So that's kind of what my plan is right now. Hopefully it will work, but we will see. But so that's my Jolly July plans. I'd love to hear again what you guys are stitching if you already know. And then also I will be following that hashtag, and I might come up with another one just so that I can see some of the things you guys are working on. Also join the Facebook group Sweetwater Stitcher. Make sure though that you're answering the question, who's your favorite designer? I know many of us have so many different designers that we love. Just put one of them. It's just so that I know that you like cross stitch and you're not somebody who's just trying to get in the group to sell stuff or whatever. So it's my kind of way to check the gate to who's coming in. And I do love looking through. I haven't been posting as much, but I do love looking through and seeing everybody else's progress. Same on Instagram. And then as far as the comments on YouTube, I love reading every single comment. I try to heart them all. But also if I was thinking to YouTubers, and I wanted to share a few as well, and I know the video is getting long, but if you are in the looking for new YouTubers, go to my previous video and all the comments have everyone's favorite Flosstubers. And I went through, and there were some that I had never watched before, and I went and watched them. Also, when I was watching Annie B's the other day, she and her daughters had mentioned a few people that I had never watched before, and I watched them last night and I loved them. So I subscribed immediately and added them to my list. Welcome Stitchery. It's two friends and they own, it's a shop, but they do their own Flosstube, and they went to StitchCon Weekend B. So I think this weekend they are doing their recap video. So I'm anxious to hear about what their experience was. Also the Sable Stitcher, which Sable, she said, stands for stash exceeding, or something about, stash above something life expectancy. I forget now, but it was basically that you have too much dash. So I thought that was a cute play on words and a good name. And her latest video, she had her friend who's in her stitching group come. So it was both of them showing their projects and progress, and they have some wool projects, and they just kind of had a variety of stuff, and it was really enjoyable to watch. And you could tell that they are good friends and were able to talk with each other. And then those were kind of new ones. Then Annie B's and her daughters, they just came out with a new video. And Jen and Sarah with Stitchy Friends, I love them. Annie, I love. So a lot of the other people I watch, and they're on below. Also Chantel with 141 Design Company. Her video is awesome, and she does a live every Friday at 2 o'clock. So check her out, check her stuff out too. But I will put links below, and then depending on how long this video is, I will either insert at the end the stitching in hand in the hoop, or I'll make a separate video. So I hope you guys get a lot of stitching in. I will be back next Thursday. I will probably do a recorded video again, not a live, but I'll have lots of stuff. It'll be the week before Christmas in July starts, so lots of excitement going on. But I hope that you guys have a great week, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. All right, this is my project. It's in my hoop, and I have it pulled pretty tightly. And this is a little bit difficult to do on camera. So what you're going to do to stitch in hand is you're going to find your hole. You're going to stick your finger or needle through and stick it like that. And if you can see the reflection, my other finger is behind here, pushing up. And that's what's letting me pull through. And then I'm going to, again, find my hole. I'm going to push up behind and just stick it through. And then I'm going to find my hole, going to push up from behind. Oh. Of course, it's easier not on camera. There we go. And pull it through. And then when I'm doing this in the hoop, I like to, when I change, because I need to do 2, and I don't think that I even got it in the right hole, but I need to do 2 and then go to my next row down. So I am going to go, and then I'm going to push up again, with my finger, sorry, to get the through. Oh, goodness gracious. Let me get it back here. And then I'm going to, again, push up, pull it through, and then go back down. And then I'm going to go to my next row. And if I was continuing all the way like in a row down, I could just keep going without having to pull my thread to the back. But because I'm moving over, I think that the stitches look better if I pull my piece or pull my thread through the back from the top, like sorry. Oh my goodness. Okay. So then if I pull it, and then I'm going to go down. And this is 1 thread over 2 because this is 36 count. You can do it 2 over 2 as well. But the main part is just that you're pushing up with your finger behind it to help guide the needle through. So like you're pushing and then you're helping to kind of pull the fabric. And I do not feel like your fabric gets stretched. And then if you feel like you can see it's a little bit loose, you can just tighten your fabric in the hoop a little bit, and that helps. But the biggest key I think is pushing up behind, and then that helps you to kind of grab the fabric. So that's a short little video on how to stitch in hand or use the sewing method in a hoop. I hope that that was helpful. If you have any other questions on it, I would be happy to answer. It is a little bit tricky on showing how to do it with on the camera and the camera angle. So, all right, thank you guys. Bye. All right, so for the covered button, this is a piece that comes with your case or your kit, and it's to go on the button that's this size. And you can tell because your button would fit inside the middle of the circle. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your plastic piece and you're going to place it over top of your fabric, and then you're going to simply cut around the fabric. Get some scissors. If you don't have this clear piece, you can just cut a square or a circle that's a little bit larger than your button. Okay, so I have my piece, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but this is my piece. So I'm going to take my plastic piece, and this is where the hole is. I'm going to stick my fabric over top of it, right side down. I have my button front, and I'm going to stick it in there like that. Then I'm going to put the fabric in, and then you have a backing piece, and you're going to stick the backing piece in. You have this piece. That's too big. Oh, you have this piece. I have a lot of different sizes, so I have them all in this thing. You're going to stick it down and push hard, and you should hear a little click. And I might have too much fabric. No, it just isn't wanting to click in. But you should hear a little click, and that secures the back of the button, and then you turn it over and you have a beautiful covered button. Okay, so the first step is that you cut your piece of fabric, whether you're using the clear piece or you're simply taking this piece and you're cutting it a little bit larger because you need the fabric to fold in. And then you stick your fabric down in your clear mold. There's a large hole. You stick the fabric, then you stick your button front, then you stick your button back, and then you press down with that piece, and then you have a covered button. All right. If you have further questions on making a covered button, feel free to reach out and let me know, and I'll be happy to help. Thank you. Have a great day.